And now we're going to have a quick chat about the UCP election.
Well, if you actually go to like Rebel News on Rumble, it looks like Danielle Smith won.
Yep.
Yep, I think it's official. I'm watching a live feed right now. It looks
I can go
like she
to.
won.
Dang it, I did that.
Go just go to Rebel News just Rebel News and then go to live.
Yeah. So subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she's speaking.
You won.
Yeah, she won.
I'm back.
All right, so Alberta now has officially a new premier.
A new premier.
And Danielle Smith.
Yes. So, we of course, both you and I, would have preferred Todd Loewen, 100%. Todd Loewen was a great, strong candidate. He was very pro-freedom, very pro-democracy.
Yeah.
Anti a lot of the kind of big government nonsense.
COVID crap.
Yeah, COVID crap, very socially conservative.
Yeah.
But it's hard for someone to win like that. And I hope that he becomes a fairly decent, sizable member of her cabinet.
I think that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
He was basically shunned by the Kenney government.
Like the Kenney government told him to go take a hike.
Yeah.
And that was exceptionally sad.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it was amazing to have an MLA who was actually like legitimately standing up for people in the province, even though he didn't have a lot of power. He was still kind of a loud voice of opposition, which was awesome. So I wish Todd Loewen the best. I always knew he was a long shot, but it's nice that in Alberta, and particularly in a lot of these elections, because it's a what's it called, a progressive ballot.
Yeah,
where it just it keeps going on. You can actually vote for the people that you want.
Yes,
and
well, it was like that way. It was like that way for the Conservative Party of Canada election, but it didn't need to happen because Poilievre smoked them.
Yeah, but in the election before that, when
in the election before that, the rules actually kept Leslyn Lewis from winning because the rules were skewed in favor of like more kind of bigger, more lefty, because the rule system is all about the ridings. And like you could tell Leslyn Lewis had more votes, but because it was based on the ridings and how many points they got out of 100, then Erin O'Toole skipped past her.
Yeah.
And I hated that. I thought it should just be like, you're a member, you pay for your membership. Each member has an equal vote. And it's not like you're voting for, okay, I'm going to vote for this MP so that they can like bring the policies that I want to my district. No. You're voting for the next candidate to be prime minister. And so every member that pays into it should have direct democracy and saying, yep, this is what we want. And of course, this is what happened in the UCP election. There were over 80,000 ballots cast for all the various candidates. And now, of course, Danielle Smith has won. She wasn't, of course, our first candidate, but she does support a lot of the things.
Yeah, she was a close second.
She, of course, got removed from, Bell Media? Because she was too open and saying, like, the stuff that they're doing and the COVID policies that they're enacting are wrong.
Yeah.
And that they will cost a lot of problems in the future. And I respected her and admired her for that. I think she has a lot of gusto in saying how she's going to stand up to the feds. I know that my brother was very anti-Danielle Smith because of her Alberta Sovereignty Act. And I'm like, if it puts the vice on Trudeau's balls, go for it.
And here's the other thing. If she wins, and let's say Poilievre wins the next Conservative Party election or whatever, that's going to all work together for Alberta to actually get a better shake, because Poilievre, like Stephen Harper, has roots in Alberta. And so that means that, there's going to be a lot more open conversation and negotiation. Now, the real question, obviously, that you need to ask is sure, a lot of people are going to be very happy with Danielle Smith being the new UCP leader. The real question is, can she beat
Notley?
It should be Rachel Notley. Now, there was a political an analyst, a commentator, who basically broke down the logistics of how the Alberta election works, and basically the way that Alberta works in terms of how to win is you have to win 3 places. You have to win Edmonton, you have to win Calgary, and then you have to win rural Alberta. That's how the demographic breakdowns happen in Alberta. And they basically analyzed all the candidates. Apparently, Brian Jean does amazingly in rural Alberta,
which is kind of weird.
Well, I know it's odd, but apparently that was his strongest support base.
Okay.
Danielle Smith seemed to do best in Calgary.
Yeah.
But rural Alberta was kind of split on her.
Yeah.
And so it seems like Notley is likely going to dominate Edmonton. So that's
of course.
Pretty much a given.
Edmonton has always been, especially central Edmonton, has always been an NDP stronghold.
Yes, and so what that means is that in order for Danielle Smith or Brian Jean to win, they basically have to get some decent support in Edmonton, and then essentially outright win, if not dominate, in rural Alberta and Canada and Calgary.
Well,
they were saying that
what I know,
they were saying that Danielle Smith may not actually have the edge in Calgary as much as Brian Jean might have. That's what they were saying. So I'm not sure where they get these, but it's based on balloting and voting. Yeah.
Of course, there is time. The next Alberta election, Danielle Smith has, of course, said that she's not going to call an early election. So the next election will be between the end of March and the end of May.
Basically, close to next summer.
Yeah. So anytime in there. So she has about 6 months to truly show what she has and show what she's going to do for Albertans.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% confident that she'll be able to turn things around, but I think that she'll be able to make I'll be able to make some steps. You and I were both big UCP supporters when they beat the NDP in 2019. I was ecstatic that they won. I remember being at Goodwill the next day, and this one lady was like, "So, are you upset that Rachel Notley lost?" And I'm like, "Nope, I got blood in my veins, baby. I wanted the NDP out from day one."
Yeah,
and any day, and I think I speak for a lot of these UCP conservative voters. I would take Danielle Smith over Rachel Notley every day.
In a heartbeat. In no way, yeah.
It's not.
I would actually vote. I would if you present a corpse, literally on a table, I would vote for the corpse over Rachel Notley.
Over Rachel Notley.
That is how little I like the NDP and Rachel Notley.
Truly horrifying.
Yeah. But the big thing with Danielle Smith is that I'll believe it when I see it with her. That's my approach. Because Kenny was all talk. Yeah. And when they all came down to it, he was not
when things
at all.
Hit the fire, then he just went with the program and put pastors in jail and allowed people to lose their jobs and mandated vaccines and all these things, which he said he would never do. And yet he did anyway. So the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. He buckled. He buckled like a $5 tent in a light breeze.
So Danielle, it's time for you to make your pudding. Yeah. I'm hoping that you can make a good, strong pudding to stand up to the feds, have it filled with all sorts of good stuff. And
you're really leaning into this pudding analogy.
I know. And then those who will eat the pudding will vote for Alberta independence. No. But that is I would much prefer Alberta to leave Canada. The problem is, of course, is that Canada's had a terrible leader. since 2015.
Yeah.
And we've had 2 elections since then. Both of them reelected him.
Yeah.
The United States, like, you look at 2022, you look at the midterm election season for Congress and the Senate. By all accounts, it will be a blowout for the Republicans. 2024 looks like it's going to be a blowout too, because Biden is a joke.
Well, Biden's likely not going to run again.
Oh, no, he likely won't run again because he's not mentally capable of running again.
Although I've heard, rumors that Hillary Clinton might run.
I have heard that too.
And I've heard that
like a rematch of 2016.
Gavin Newsom wants to try again.
Yep, Gavin Newsom wants to try again. Of course, like Pocahontas wants to give it a go, but gig probably.
I think Bernie Sanders is out. He's probably
too old and too ornery.
Yeah, and he's tired.
I am once again asking for your support.
That's a good thing.
Red lights are a good thing.
Exactly.
It's like, no, they're not, dumbass.
What a guy. So yeah, we'll see. But good on Danielle Smith. I hope that like I said, I'm willing to give her a chance, see how she does. She's kind of like, I think she's kind of like Trump in the sense that you'll see how effective she is
when she's in office. Yep.
Whereas Ron DeSantis,
he has a proven track record.
He has a proven track record, so we know for a fact that he's an excellent president if he actually got.
Well, like when it comes to the election, like we'll have 5 or 6 months of Danielle Smith, and then we'll be able to have more of a concrete. This is what she's done. This is what we support. This is what we didn't like so much.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just like the night that. Well, a little more hopeful than the night that Trump was elected. When Trump was elected, I was just like, I remember making this post, and I actually had like several people unfriend me.
Oh, really?
Because I was like, I'm happy that Hillary lost, but I don't know what to expect from Trump because he's a bit of a loose cannon, and I don't know whether he's going to be good or bad for America. And I had people that were like, how can you support him in any way? And I'm like, I'm literally saying I don't know what to expect. Like, what are you doing? And they're like, unless you outright condemn him, you're supporting the evil that. I'm like, shut up. You're being dumb.
That's pretty crazy.
Yep. So we'll see. It's all up in the air. And I know several friends that are very, very happy and several friends that are very, very mad. So it'll be interesting talking to my brother on Sunday. No, Monday.
Oh, okay.
Because he's going to be like, Danielle Smith. This is for you, Nathan. This is for you. All right. So that's going to be the end of today.